Hello, I'm Joe Mitchell. Hey, so this is some old footage. I'm a little behind. This is from August 16th, and this was kind of a deep one. This was a really deep one. And I go a little deeper when it's called for, and maybe every couple weeks, once a month, where I just go for full surrender. And I kind of have to be feeling like I'm ready for it. And that's when things start, I guess, feel a little overwhelming. And then I just lay down, and I go usually flat on the back and open up. And then I just let the breath be whatever it needs to be, and then I just let it somewhere settle in towards the bottom of the exhale. And then from there, just let the energy start moving, let my body do what it feels like it needs to do, which is typically something I don't want to do and I'm avoiding. But it's going to happen anyway. So, and I think I need to let it, I kind of have to let it happen. I really believe that, because the result of not doing it is ultimately some sort of panic attack. But I think even worse, what would happen here if I don't do this is I think I will go into some sort of epileptic episode. That's just a theory. But I think due to my heavy psychedelic use as a young kid and even as an adult and in my 20s and yesterday, no, I'm kidding. But I think there's just so much. I think I've seen too much, and I have to go in and pick up the pieces and integrate it. Otherwise it will ultimately overwhelm me, and maybe it's a spiritual overwhelming that's happening. That's just a theory about it. But for here, the focus is ultimately my solar plexus just kind of clamps down, and then it starts to squeeze into my core, and then just right down into my root, into my pelvic floor. That's really starting to build up now. It's just like an energy building up, building up, building up, building up. And I can start to kind of feel what's in my core now and get the access. And I can start to feel the aggression in there, the rage in there. And here I'm about to levitate a couple feet off the ground. No, I'm kidding. That would be cool. And then my buddy Aaron said, he's like, every time I watch your videos, I'm expecting to like elevate or start spitting fire or some shit. But so it's all just kind of going into a build-up now. Now it's going into a contraction, and I'm about to pop here, so prepare yourself. Trigger warning. Just coming straight out of the root, right up and out the throat. Just kind of orgasmic, as edgy as that sounds. It was deep stretches, deep releases with each vocalization. I cannot recommend vocalizing your tension and your pain as much as possible. It is such a better result. Especially if when you're in pain, your throat is getting red and your face gets red. You're just like a little fucking tea kettle, man, ready to pop. So just pop. In a controlled fashion, in a controlled way, and not projecting at anyone else, preferably. But yeah, man, that was pretty wild. Untamed. Beautiful. I'll tell you the ultimate result of this practice, and like a big scream like that, or tuning into, the rage and really aggression that's in there. Although, there I had to cut out about 3 minutes because I hadn't moved. I'm trying to keep this short for attention span's sake. There, the energy's falling again. But I'll tell you, when I get out all the aggression and rage and all that, and even though I don't feel it as that in this one, that was just a huge release, but it had so much aggression behind it. When I dig that deep and pull it out of my root like that, I'm no longer able to be triggered, or at least as easily, by things that would normally trigger, frustrate me or anger me or trigger my rage, which is rare to get in a situation like that. Or just situations that I would normally get kind of aggressive. I can't. I really, I don't have it in me anymore to respond that way. So I know there's a lot of techniques out there, a lot of methods for responding in a healthy way to things that trigger you. But there's also a way to completely remove the trigger. I really believe that. And there's also a lot of talk about removing your triggers and getting away from things and people that trigger you. I don't know if I really even agree with that either. I think you should probably go ahead and get the trigger out of you first. But really, every time you're triggered by something or someone, it's such an opportunity. It's such an opportunity because you can really use those. And I recommend using those. And a good little example of that, let me think about it. When I was separating from my wife back in 2016, where it wasn't that bad, but I mean, it was times where she pissed me off. She knew exactly how to. We know how to push each other's buttons, of course. And what I'd do is when I was on the phone, if it happened in person, I'd hold it, I'd chill, I'd hang on to it, and then I'd basically get in my car and I'd let it out. I'd let it out unfiltered, everything I wanted to say. And I'd just scream and I'd get it out completely. So I'd take the trigger. I wouldn't respond and project it back at her, but ultimately I would just take it and let it out in my own way. And then if it was on the phone, it would be great. If I got triggered while on the phone, easily, because I could call you back. Hung up, said some shit that I would never actually say. I projected it out, but just not at her. But I just got it out of my system. I got it out of my body, and then I just stopped being triggered, and then that changed our relationship just from me. And she didn't have to do anything, she didn't have to change. I had to change. And when I stopped responding, then as a result of that, she stopped doing the same things that would trigger me. It just automatically stopped. So it doesn't matter. I mean, I know with a lot of relationship issues, or couples of any kind, and I mean, it's just everyone's always pointing the finger at the other person, and we do that with everything. But I don't think it has to be that way. I think if you just focus on yourself, as long as one person's doing the work, it's fine. That's really the way I see it. If one person will do the work, the other person just heals as a result of that. And the same goes for your family and your community, and then out into the world. That's probably all I got for Joel's little philosophy this evening. This practice went on what was it, like 50 something minutes. But I think I'll just stop it there. That was kind of the eventful stuff. Everything else is pretty subtle looking, but that's it for now. Good night. Thanks for watching.